Like I said, good afternoon and welcome to Beaver Dam. This is the 12th year of the Patriot Tour. That's right. Come on, let's hear it. I was there 12 years ago, and I'd have never envisioned that it would become this. But a lot of hard work and perseverance by a ton of volunteers makes it happen. My name is Brad Weber. I'm one of the volunteers of many across the country that work so hard to create the recognition, thanks, and support of our veterans. With that, we'd like to begin our ceremony today with our MIA ceremony.
We would like to take this opportunity to remember the incredible cost paid by those who gave their all to help preserve the freedoms that we enjoy. Those gallant individuals who fought and died for our country. Yet, it is in remembering our fallen comrades that we are reminded of those whose fate is still unknown. Those still listed as missing in action and prisoners of war. More than 78,000 Americans are still unaccounted for from World War II, 8,100 from Korea, 120 from the Cold War, 1,810 from Vietnam, and 6 from the Gulf War and the War on Terror. These courageous Americans who dedicated their lives to preserving and protecting our freedom will never be forgotten. Those who have served and those currently serving in the uniformed services of the United States are ever mindful that the sweetness of enduring peace has always been tainted by the bitterness of personal sacrifice. We are compelled to never forget that while we enjoy our daily pleasures, there are others who have endured and may still be enduring the agonies of pain, deprivation, and internment. To honor these men and women, we will perform the POW MIA empty chair ceremony. A POW MIA chair is a physical symbol of the thousands of Americans and POWs or missing in action still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. This is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from captivity, the repatriation of remains of those who died bravely in defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those who are missing. Post flag. Present arms. Order! Arms!
Once again, good afternoon and welcome. We're here today as one of the many stops on the 12th Annual Patriot Tour. This one, however, is a little bit special because Beaver Dam is the home of the Patriot Tour. One flag, now get this, 50 states for the first time in 12 years. That's right, 50. We've been working on that for, it seems, eternity, but it happened, and it'll continue to happen because the fire is lit in Hawaii. The fire is lit in Alaska. So we're very proud of this milestone in 2021. 15,000 miles or more this will travel. 115 days accompanied by over 150,000 freedom-loving Americans working as catalysts for veterans in need. We launched the very first Patriot Tour in 2009. Our humble start has led to a huge following across the country, and we continue to work on that upward growth. Our focus has been and will always be a way to say thank you to those serving and for those who have served, to support veterans in need, and to remember all that has been sacrificed in the name of freedom and liberty. We're here today to honor our heroes, to remember their achievements, their courage, and their dedication, and to say thank you for their sacrifices. Thinking of heroes who join us in this group today and those who were here only in spirit, a person can't help but feel awed by the enormity of this encounter. We stand in the midst of patriots and families and friends of those who have nobly served. Thank you for answering the call of duty. You have made our armed forces the most respected in the world, and you need to know that you have the gratitude and the support of the Nation of Patriots. The Nation of Patriots is a 100% volunteer nonprofit. We give 100% of every dollar donated back to those families and veterans in need. There is no administrative take, salary. In fact, there's more going out of our own personal pockets than ever will come in. I guarantee you that. Speaking of support, events like today, taking place throughout the country, don't just happen. There's a lot of support of sponsors, of cities and towns, organizations, businesses, etc. And we'd like to offer a special thanks to the following partners and the people who have helped make them work year on year, and certainly today. Without them, none of what we do here nationally or locally would be possible. So when you hear these names of these organizations or these businesses, be sure to say thank you to them as well. And be sure to support them because they support our veterans. Skag Power Equipment, Vortex Optics, Countryside GM here in Beaver Dam. Our host, Uga Brewing. How about this? The Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce, the Beaver Dam Police Department, the Beaver Dam Fire Department, the town of Beaver Dam, and of course the city of Beaver Dam. Dodge County DCERT helps us out, and a new partner, and we hope a long-term one, is Open Road Harley Davidson of Fond du Lac. Good Karma Brands, they'd always drop everything to give us the support, the promotion, and the airtime that's needed. Sixth Gear, how about their efforts this afternoon? And of course, you know, what's a hot day without ice cream? Sweet Memories Ice Cream, Up and Smoke Barbecue, Dam Chicken, Botham Inc., the Beaver Dam American Legion Post 146, the Beaver Dam VFW Post 1163. And how about those VFW Riders Post out of Kenosha, 1865. What a group. We appreciate their participation. We can also not forget the Military Veterans Motorcycle Association. How about that? The Wisconsin State Patrol, Lyco Manufacturing, Liegi Woodworking, Cedar Hill Game Farm, and don't forget, again, we have some of the coolest silent auction items you ever want to see. At this time, I would like to call the Honor Guard and the flag bearer to bring the flag to the stage. At this time, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and freedom for all. At this time, I would like to call Honor Guard member Jonathan Schumacher to the front for the last roll call.
The last roll call is a military tradition that pays honor to the deceased soldier. As I call out names, the crowd remains silent. Staff Sergeant Schmittinger. Here, Sergeant First Class McCullough. Here, Sergeant Peachman. Oh, I'm talking to the wrong one, Dad. Let me go over those names again so you can hear. Once again, last roll call is a military tradition that plays honor to the deceased soldiers. As names are called, please remain silent. Only the names called, answer whether they're here. Staff Sergeant Schmittinger. Here, sir. Sergeant First Class McCullough. Here, sir. Sergeant Peachman. Here, sir. Sergeant First Class Rodriguez. Sergeant First Class Antonio Rodriguez. Sergeant First Class Antonio R. Rodriguez. U.S. Army, Afghanistan, killed in action.
At this time, I'd ask everybody to remove your hats for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rick Ramirez from here in Beaver Dam. He's been a big supporter through the years. Thank you, Rick. Okay, we've got a few speakers today, and we would like to start out with, and I'm happy and honored to introduce the Mayor of Beaver Dam, Rebecca Lewin.
I don't know if you want that like that or. Okay.
Welcome. It's so great to see everyone here today together. Thank you so much for joining us in Beaver Dam. It means a lot to me and the community to have you here today. And thank you for advocating for our veterans. Your continued focus on their needs is critically important. A year of COVID, shutdowns, isolation has again disproportionately impacted our veterans with mental health problems and homelessness. The Nation of Patriots and the Flag Tour throughout the U.S., and yes, even Alaska and Hawaii, which I just think is amazing this year, highlights veterans' needs. And for many veterans, mental health issues, including those related to PTSD, substance abuse, depression, anxiety, and other disorders, are the obstacles to finding and keeping secure housing. It's absolutely unacceptable that people that sacrificed years of their lives to protect us and return to live here in the streets. No soldier goes into service saying, and someday, after I've served my country, I'll find a good place to live on the streets. So I thank each and every one of you for being here today and highlighting these issues and giving to these things in whatever way that you're able to give. Honoring our veterans for bringing their needs to light. Your dedication, again, in whatever capacity that is so appreciated, valued, and vital to making change. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. Next up, we'd like to recognize and have a speaker from one of our long-term sponsors. The minute that we started this Patriot Tour out of Beaver Dam, they stepped right up each and every year. I'd like to bring up Mr. Brad Rohde from Countryside GM.
Thank you. Bill, great to see you once again, sir. And great to see everybody here supporting the Nations of Patriots cause today. If someone could just do me a little favor and turn the heat down slightly, I'd appreciate that. Like Brad said, I'm here representing Countryside GM in Beaver Dam at this great cause. The owner and employees of Countryside understand the importance of donating to such great causes as the Nations of Patriots, but also donating to local businesses and organizations, and we do so on a monthly basis. Some of these organizations are as follows: the Marshfield Medical Clinic here in Beaver Dam, the Dodge County Sheriff's Department, Five Stones Chapter of Beaver Dam, Marine Park Technical College with 2 scholarships, the Beaver Dam High School with 2 scholarships, and local community theater, and many other great businesses and organizations in this area. Occasionally when I'm talking about the Nations of Patriots, it's one of my favorite bragging points that I have being a part of this. People ask me, you know, it's great to see such a nice organization, great to see it helping the veterans on a national scale, but do they do anything on a local scale? Do we see anything that happens here? And this last February, I was able to see that firsthand. A local Countryside was able to work with the Veterans Outreach and Recovery Program, the Nations of Patriots, and the Wisconsin VFW for a local veteran by the name of Lucas Jordan. After an incident with his vehicle left it in need of expensive repair costs. Working together, these organizations were able to get him into a 2010 Acadia, and so he had a vehicle to replace his, and also paid for the first year of insurance. So this cause is a great honor to us to be a part of, and it's great to see. This cause supports many people, not only on a national level, but locally here and across this great country. Countryside has been a supporter and donor of the Nation of Patriots over the last 5 years, and has already donated over $20,000. Thank you. This is a proud point for me, not only as a Countryside employee, but also as a son of a Vietnam veteran. Now, usually I have a check to present to Bill as part of this ceremony, but since this event fell before our month dedicated to the Nation of Patriots, which is next month, we will be sending that check to Bill probably the first part of September. And if history stays true, that amount will exceed $5,000. So I want to thank Bill and the Nation of the Patriots organizations that keep this wonderful event going. We sincerely can't be thanked enough, man. We certainly appreciate being a part of this and everything you've done so far in this program. We want to thank Brad Weber and Wade Fletcher for continuing their help to organize this local event and to keep us a part of it. Give them a round of applause also, please. And like Brad kind of mentioned before, as many people, Joel Postuma, we want to thank you with Sixth Gear for organizing this again every year, and the Mets is here at UGA for keeping this going. But most importantly, we want to thank you all, current and former military personnel. Your sacrifice for us should never go unnoticed. Bless all the riders here today and tomorrow as the flag moves on to Fenimore. And finally, bless this great country. Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. We really appreciate your support. We appreciate the summary of your involvement over the last 5 years. And the ironic part of this is he mentioned the whole story about Lucas Jordan, who received that automobile. And like Brad, we continue to, from time to time, be asked, you know, hey, we really want to hear about stories about the veterans that we help. Well, let me tell you a little bit why it's really hard to do that. Because our veterans are a very proud breed. I have personally been with Bill and a number of people when right before Christmas we tried to hand them money so they could put presents under the tree for their families, and they flat out refused because they said they did their job. Nobody needs to take care of them. They'll take care of themselves. Well, they got their damn money and they got their presents anyway. But that's what we're about. And so sharing some of those stories are very private. That's the difficulty in getting anybody to tell them. But we're fortunate today that Lucas Jordan is with us. So he's actually volunteered and offered to come on up and tell us about his experience with the Nation of Patriots. How about a big round of applause for Lucas Jordan?
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lucas Jordan. I was a fortunate fellow to be able to get that 2010 GMC Acadia. I came here to tell a story, and I'll do that real quick. So I came back from deployment last year at the end of the year, about October, and initially I was living in West Virginia when I came back, but I got an awesome job up here in Madison, Wisconsin, doing the drug testing for the whole state National Guard, and just before I came up, I wrecked my car, totaled it. So I borrowed my brother's car and came up for a few weeks, and the person that I was working with, they noticed that I was having a little bit of a struggle and getting on my feet here, and they gave me the tools and the resources to reach out to people. And me being me, like he said, it's really hard to step back and be like, okay, I do need this help. So I reached out and talked to several people from Veterans Outreach Program, Department of Military Affairs, Patriots Act, VFW, and it took just a few days, and they got back to me. At first they were gonna try to fix my car, but it was too much of a bill, and they're like, about time we pay that off, your car is not gonna be worth it, right? So they're like, we're just gonna buy you a brand new car. I was like, how about you don't, right? I was like, I really appreciate the offer, but I'm okay. I can tough it out for now, and I can get something later here in a few months. Let me save up my money. And they're like, no, we want to do this for you. We need the people to spend this money and use this program, because not a lot of people get to take advantage of it. So every chance that they get people to use what they have. So I pulled it together and I said, okay, I'll take it. And I went to the Beaver Dam, I think it's Chevy GMC. It was a while back, but it was just an amazing day. The VFW came out, and the Department of Military Affairs came out, pictures, and I'm just so blessed. And over the past 6-7 months, I've gotten to be able to get on my feet, and everything has just progressed in my life, and I honestly couldn't have done it without all of those guys. So big shout out to all of them. Give them one more big round of applause. Yeah. So in closing, I just want to say thank you for all of your guys' support as veterans. I'm a member of the 7591 Madison VFW, and they helped me out with that insurance as well. So everybody that's here, thank you, and thank you, Patriot Act, for helping me get this. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Lucas. We really appreciate you sharing that. We're not done there. We've got another one, another veteran from Wisconsin. And with that being said, I'd like to call Mr. Michael Snicker up to the podium.
Is he here? Oh, there he is.
You're hiding on me, man.
So my name is Mikhail Snicker. I get kind of nervous in front of crowds. Oh, that's the microphone. Thank you. It's hard to imagine on the hottest day of the year right now, but in the middle of winter last year, my oldest son came in the house and he said, "Dad, is there water supposed to be leaking in from the roof?" And I was right in the middle of class doing some stuff, and I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think there's supposed to be water in the house. And I really was struggling, and I want to give a shout out to Adata from WDVA for helping me. Nation of Patriots, I'm exceptionally grateful. I cannot tell you. I've got to put the glasses on because I'm going to start tearing up. After talking with Rick, I decided to ask for help. As a veteran, asking for help is not an easy thing to do. And it was also the right thing to do. And so I told my son, I said, no, it's actually not normal to have water coming in the house. My roof was leaking and I needed some assistance. And with Adata's encouragement, I said, yes, I will ask for help. And I am incredibly grateful. Cannot tell you how grateful I am to Nation of Patriots. I talked with Rick on the phone. He said, we're going to help you with the roof. And I also started to tear up, and I said, I think I got to go, Rick. I'm starting to tear up. So a shout out to Rick, Nation of Patriots, my incredible gratitude, the fundraising, and I would also say to everyone who has served in the military, whatever you did, I had a veteran say to me one time, I'll never forget this, he's now gone, but he said, no, I didn't really do much in the military. And I said, what'd you do? And he said, I was a unit armorer. And I said, no, you were in. What you did counted. Like everyone gave something. And so I think about his story and what I did and what other people have sacrificed, and I stand in incredible awe for what you've done for me and how grateful I am. So I look really serious with these glasses on, but I don't take myself that seriously. I take the hat off, but the hat's only to keep the sun off my head because I have a lot of square footage up here. So back on they go. Again, I'm so grateful. Thank you, Rick. Where are you? And Nation of Patriots. Thank you again. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your service. You bet. Very grateful.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite to the podium the founder and executive director of the Nation of Patriots, Mr. Bill Shearer.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can you all hear me out there? Yeah, all right. I know it's hot, so I'm going to try to scoot through this as quickly as possible, but I do want to say that we appreciate all of you. We appreciate your patience here, dealing with the heat, and we appreciate your support. As Brad mentioned, and as Mayor mentioned, those of you who have ridden on the Patriot Tour have seen a new slogan on our shirts and on our marketing stuff, and that is, we have gone from 48 states to 50 states. This is an incredible, incredible feat for us. It took one man out in Las Vegas to kick that thing into gear, and now we have a whole line of people that are willing to take the flag to Hawaii and Alaska. So this tradition is going to continue on and on and on. Every time I sit down to write one of these speeches, I look at the year, and I'm always amazed. This year makes 12 years we've been doing this. 12 years, a lot of you have been staring at my ugly mug. Apologies. But it amazes me because I didn't even think we'd make it 5 years. And when we made it 5 years, I was blown away. 6 years, I was shocked. 7, 8, 9, 10, made it to our 10th anniversary, and we got stronger and stronger, and we kept on going, and we kept on going. And here we are 12 years later. The organization has never seen the success that we are seeing right now, and that's because of groups like you people all around the country. People are starting to get it. They're starting to understand the recipe that we have here. It's really special. The team that we have here in Beaver Dam, the team that we have on a national scale, we got a good recipe. We have one mission, we have one event, and we do it all for one cause. And we combine that with ultimate transparency. Every single dollar you give us goes to the cause that we support, and people respect that. People can put their loyalty behind that. No matter what's going on in their lives, no matter what's going on in the crazy world we live in, they can respect that, and they can get behind it, and they have, and they are. You know, it's crazy out there. You look at people burning American flags, you look at people that think the word patriot is a bad word these days. It gets frustrating, especially when you're trying to carry an American flag around the country. And it might sound kind of sappy, it might sound kind of funny, but it's very true. In order to do this sometimes, when we get into, frustrations and things like that, I do look back to the founding fathers, and I like to look at what they said, what they experienced, because those men and women were going through much harder times than we are right now. Let's be honest, right? So as I was putting this speech together, I decided that I'd grab a quote from Dr. Joseph Warren. Does anybody know who Joseph Warren is? I didn't think so. He has a very famous quote that was made even more famous by the great Ronald Reagan. Who knows Ronald Reagan? Okay. Ronald Reagan cited, on the eve of our independence, Warren said to his fellow Americans, "Our country is in danger, but not to be despaired of. On you depend the fortunes of America. You are to decide the important questions upon which rests the happiness and the liberty of millions yet unborn. Act worthy of yourselves." Try to take all that in. There's a lot to unpack. Warren recognizes that the strength of our country, even back then, at the country that was to be America, the strength is in the people. It is not in the government. It is in all of us. In just a simple sentence, he lays out a tremendous responsibility that all of us must continuously act in such a manner that we find worthy of ourselves. Because if we don't, it's disingenuous, and it can cause harm to our liberties, our freedom, our collective happiness, and our future. He pins all of this on the people, and given everything that I have seen over the last 12 years doing this around the nation, his words are no more truer today than they were 245 years ago. I think it's fair to say that our country may not be in danger, but we face struggles. We face struggles. We can't single-handedly remedy the situation, but we can act worthy. We can act worthy of ourselves, and we can start to fix something, anything. This is actually one true power of the people. And the members of the nation of Patriots all over the country have chosen to act. We focus our efforts on fixing at least one part of the situation, which is supporting our veterans and their families who have fallen on dire straits. We believe that our efforts to help these families not only assist them, but we're also working to show them the America that they fought for, that their family has sacrificed for. And in one collective voice, we get to say throughout the entire summer, not for one day, not for a holiday, but throughout the entire summer, we get to say as one people, thank you to our veterans. And we get to show them physically, like Lucas and Michael, physically, that no matter where or how you've fallen into darkness, that there's a nation of people out there that have your back and we're willing to help. We think and we know that this is our promise to them. And we know and we fiercely believe that no matter your race, your politics, or any of that stuff, all of that stuff that divides us as people, that is worthy for and by all of us. We have a long ways to go in our mission. There's a lot of veterans we still need to help out there, but we act every single day. Whether it's we send in an email, whether it's we're putting money in the hands of a deserving family, or whether it's showing up to an event like this, we are moving the needle. Every one of you have acted today, but I challenge you to continue to act every single day. Do something, anything, because if we do nothing, then we have nothing. And I'll ask you, what the hell is this all about then? And if you've heard nothing today, I know it's hot, you're probably all kind of faded out there, but if you've heard nothing at all, hear this. The preservation of our freedom requires the relentless support of those who are willing to stand up and fight for it. Beaver Dam, thank you very much. Let's get down to business, shall we? Honor guard, flag bearers. And as we always do, for those of you who have never seen this before, this is the passing of the flag. This happens at every single location the flag travels to, which is about 115 all across the country. The flag is ceremoniously transferred to the next flag bearer in line. And as they do, there's a pledge that's read between the two flag bearers.
Got more than plenty here.
All right. On to Fenimore tomorrow. So at this point, hey, see this gas tank up here? That's the same kind of gas tank everybody's just about got out there in that parking lot. How much does that take to fill that tank when it's empty? 20, 25 bucks? I'm going to start it out, Kim Recheck, 100 bucks. Thank you. We're filling the tank for the veterans. This is the tank that the fuel that we run on are able to help people. Thank you. And while we're at it, we want to thank Joel out of 6th Gear and A-Bait for running a 50-50 when you guys rallied up out there. There was a total of $560 put in. That means $280 go to the winner. In this bucket, I got the winner. Becky, can you come up here and please draw? I don't know if we can trust a politician. My taxes just went up. All right, we got the winner. The winning number is 548 5290. 548 5290. Five, 4, 8, 5290. We got a winner. Hey, also, there was a wedding band lost. We're not sure if it was here. We think so. So if you look around and see a wedding band, we got a match. There you go, $280, sir. The other $280 we appreciate from Joel and A-Bait. Going great. You know, 12 years and this shit still gets to me. How about another round of applause for that gentleman? Thank you. And again, just to remind you, we got silent auction. That'll be going on until 4 o'clock. At that time, we will announce the winners. If you don't happen to be here, we will certainly call your phone number. If there are too big items, obviously, to ride with the bike, just make sure we have your name and address and phone number. We'll make sure that somehow we get it to you. We'll hook up somehow. So again, appreciate your participation in that. You know, today was an honor to stand here in front of so many people who are committed to honoring and supporting our veterans. How wonderful it is to see the spirit of patriotism growing with the nation of patriots around the country. Events in our world right now make us realize that we have, as Americans, the freedom we enjoy. Today we recognize those who have protected and continue to protect our way of life. We will continue to honor American veterans who have and continue to defend our democracy. We will continue to honor our veterans during times of conflict or peace, for they protect veterans who have fought and died for this effort. Okay? All right. We will honor veterans not only today but every day, because we know that without them there would be no land of the free. Without the veterans of the American Revolution, there wouldn't even have been a United States of America. Think about that. Without the veterans of the Civil War who fought on either side for what they believed in, the strong, united America as we know it today might never have been possible. Without the World War II, Korean, and Vietnam veterans, we might be living in a country, in a world, where freedom of choice or the right to vote no longer exists. And without those currently fighting the war on terrorism and conflicts that are unknown to us, we would be living in constant fear or simply without freedom. All of our veterans have protected our democracy, our freedom, and our way of life. The best way to honor our veterans is to take an active part in maintaining American freedom. We must teach future generations about what it means to be an American and what our great flag stands for. We must volunteer in our communities, take care of our veterans and their families, vote in elections, and continue to try to make America the very best that it can be. Without our veterans, we wouldn't be here where we are today. Without you, your support, and donations, we wouldn't be able to reach where we could be tomorrow. The perseverance of freedom requires our relentless support of those willing to stand up and fight for it. There it is again. That sums it all up. Thank you for honoring our veterans today. Your donations will go a long way in continuing to take care of those who unselfishly take care of us. May God bless our veterans. May God bless you. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.